turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the telling, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all. I know.
It's a dog. It's not a cat.
I know. I meowed. Here we are. We are back. Welcome to Brace Yourself. I am Roseanne.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris.
Yeah, you're Chris.
Yeah.
You are. I mean,
It's
people
me.
know that, but there could be new viewers and they might not know.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure they
Absolutely.
don't mix us up.
No, you're definitely Roseanne.
Yeah. All right. So we have a lovely bread this evening.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is good.
We went Napa again. I know I'm kind of running into
Yeah.
that whole Napa rut right now,
Yes.
but why not? Like, why would you not
Yes.
want to drink some of the best wines on earth, right?
It's
So this
true.
is Duck Horn. This guy, and it's a Merlot. Is that how you say it?
Merlot. It's a
Oh,
Merlot?
I know. It's a Merlot. I know.
Really? I'm
You
not a Merlot fan.
See,
and
I
this
didn't
is
tell you right away
delicious.
because you go heavy duty, but this is really, really good.
Yeah,
right?
this
So-
is delicious.
all right, so cheers.
Cheers to you.
Couple of heavy hitters tonight.
Oh, this is a huge show.
Like,
Huge.
Again, I'm out of my element. You've done it to me again.
Well,
I'm a little nervous.
here's the question I have for you now. All right. I have a question for you. You're always questioning me.
Yeah.
Who are you wearing this evening?
This is from a republic called Banana. Maybe it's very stylish. And how about yourself? It's
I
French,
am.
right?
Yes, I'm wearing something French. This is from the Target
No.
and jeans from Marshall.
Oh, Marshall.
Yes, I love the Marshalls. I get great buys
I know.
there.
So you got to tell who's on. This is a big
So
deal.
we have on tonight, let's see, a list of some of her credits.
Oh my gosh.
Fashion expert, fashion columnist,
Check.
social media influencer,
Yeah.
singer, dancer,
Right,
actress,
Right.
mother of twin boys.
Yeah.
Wife.
That's a full-time job
I
right
mean,
there.
Sasha Charnin Morrison, also daughter of the late great Martin Charnin,
Yep.
creator of and director and lyricist of Annie.
Annie, big deal.
So
Yeah.
huge deal. We're going to bring her on in a little while and
Yeah.
share some great stories, I'm sure, and ask her questions and find out all about
I got
her.
a lot of questions.
She's very busy.
Look,
yeah. Oh,
Sasha,
that's
if you're looking, I
a lot of
have
questions.
questions. And some of them, I have like a speed round, yes or no's for her.
oh god.
I have like 8.
You love the speed round.
I do like the speed round because it doesn't give you a lot of time to think. So you're going to be like, yes, no,
Right.
yes.
I hear
And then
you.
we can embellish on once we're done. Judy likes that. Because we have another
She does.
special
We
guest.
do. We do have
That you
Judy.
kind of wanted to open.
I want to open with a story about Judy,
Yeah.
who's usually she usually signs on remotely from that dark apartment. We can never see her face. And tonight we're going to have her here, very well lit.
live
Her
in
hair
person.
Looks lovely.
You do look fantastic.
Fantastic. But let me tell you what she did to me. All right, so we have
To
this
you.
to me. She made me go on this app called Life 360,
Oh, jeez.
which is pretty much where you can track every member in your family who's on it and know where they are at all times. My family loves to be able to know where I am at all times.
Sometimes
So
it's necessary. I'll give you that.
she called me and I missed the call because I was getting in the car, whatever I was doing, or I was downstairs doing
Right.
something. And I come back, I see a missed call, so I call her. Doesn't answer.
Oh.
All right. I know sometimes she's fumbling for the phone, she's getting up there. So, and then I call the house and I get the hello, the person you're trying to reach. So
Oh.
all right. So now
Unavailable.
I figure she's probably looking for the phone. Here's that phone. Now is running for that phone. Now I call the cell phone again. Now I'm worried. So now I'm like, God
Because it's
damn it.
unlike her.
Yeah. So I went on Life 360 and it said at home.
Uh-oh.
Now she's at home.
I've
and she's
fallen.
not
and I can't
answering.
Get up.
That's exactly what
This
I'm
is what you're
thinking.
thinking.
I'm thinking I'm going to find her bent like a pretzel at the bottom of the stairs. And now
Because last show, she was like, Oh, you need to come check on me.
Yeah.
See, she's planting all these
She
seeds in
is.
your brain.
So now I'm mad
I know you did.
because she's not answering, but I'm worried. So I get in the car and I'm ranting as I'm getting in the car.
Are you more mad or are you more worried?
No, I'm worried and I'm ranting. I'm like, God damn it, Mom, this is not funny. And I'm like talking to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm driving and now I go to call my sister. She answers.
Oh, you're at Amy's?
I go, what the hell is going on?
I got out of the basement.
She is on my sister's phone plan. So it comes up when she's there as at home. And when she's at her house, it's at Judy's.
You think that was on purpose?
No.
No, this was during COVID.
And then she felt bad, but then I said, you kind of owed me.
You're going to use it.
What?
Oh, you?
No,
she owed you for some.
She owed me because I probably I did give her a run for her money. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, it was so that was, it was scary.
But you were okay.
She was
you're
fine.
She's fine.
Shopping. Big Lots again.
Big Lots.
Big Lots. Where else did you go?
What do you get in Big Lots?
Home Goods.
Huh?
What did you get in Big Lots?
What did I get? I don't even remember.
Because you can get everything.
You can get everything in Big Lots.
You can get furniture and detergent and napkins.
Yeah.
And cookies.
And cookies and food.
Yeah.
That's
and socks.
And coffee.
It's a poor man's Costco.
Poor man's Target.
Yeah.
Target.
Yeah.
I guess
It's
you can get furniture in Target.
Yeah.
And this beautiful blouse.
And this lovely blouse. And I wore special for Sasha because she's always wearing these very flowy tops and caftans, I think they're called. She'll correct me if I was wrong.
She's gonna know.
And
all
so
that
I was
stuff.
like, I needed to look a little chic for her tonight.
I like it.
Thanks. So
I kind of look the same as I do every week. I don't know. And guys look chic.
We're going to talk to her about you because
about me.
Yes, because he's tall, he's slim, he's athletic, and he wears clothes well, and he doesn't think he does.
Yeah.
I want to know what Sasha would dress you in.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I want to know.
I want to know now too.
So let's. We should bring her on.
Why wait?
Why wait?
I have a ton of stuff.
All right. So
there's a lot of facts to go over.
There is a lot. So all right, here she is. We're gonna bring her on. Sasha Charnin Morrison, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm nervous.
Here she
I always
is.
Get nervous when big guests.
Hello. How are you?
You guys are funny.
Oh, we have a good time.
We do have a good
time. And the more wine we drink,
yeah,
the funnier we are to each other.
Yeah, the end of the show is really better than right now. What do you got? Are we doing libations? Are we doing wine?
What are you drinking?
Well, I bought some wine.
Yeah,
nice.
Let's do it.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
There we go.
Actually, I have to give you the name of it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it's actually a really good one, and it's a screw cap. That's like a glass screw cap.
Oh.
And we take it with us when we travel, when we go eat outside somewhere, when we're in the car.
Perfect.
Very good. Very good. I like that. I like travel
This
wine.
is my kind of show, girl.
I'm a big fan of travel wine.
Travel wine. Box wine. We like box wine.
Box wine is good too. I love box wine. You know what? I love any wine that's red. So it doesn't even matter.
I asked her tonight. I said, "You want to do white or red?" And it was a dead red.
Red.
Like,
I'm in a red mood.
Definitely.
Yeah,
red. After 5 p.m., it's red.
Yeah.
Got it.
So now I know when I can finally come back into New York City, we can go out and we can drink wine.
Red wine.
Maybe I'll just bring a box and we'll go sit in a park.
Yes, exactly. But we can sit anywhere. We can sit on the street the way it's going here.
You're in that city now. You can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want. It's your city.
That's right. Now, I tried to wear every ring I own tonight, but I couldn't put them all on my fingers because look at her.
Let me see your ring.
She wears
That's
gigantic
fantastic.
rings on all of her fingers.
Yeah.
And every day you do that?
Yeah, but I take them off at night, but I'll tell you, this whole thing has set me all off. So it's hard to wear the rings because at first I had gloves on and then I took them all off. And now I'm starting to get back to a little bit of this thing. And I always wear earrings. And then I always have some kimono on because, and I see yours, love it. This thing is like incredible, Japanese kimono.
Very nice.
Well, it's just become easier to put it on and nobody cares. It's like I walk out, nobody cares, and it doesn't matter.
And it's so good. They look so good. So
I love it.
All right. Let's get to it. Okay. Let's start with Martin.
Okay.
Because I saw him for the first time after I in many, many, many years, 40 years probably, maybe, no, less than that, 30 years, at Broadway Con.
Uh-huh.
That was the first time. And I was a blubbering idiot. I couldn't even put a sentence together because I was just like, I get welled up now thinking about it because it was like this man who changed my life.
Right.
I'm getting
well
welled up.
You are.
I am. I'm verklempt. I am very verklempt.
What's emotional
I'm
stuff
spritzing.
for you?
I am. But so if it's emotional for me, you can imagine for Sasha.
Yeah.
But God, he had such a great life and career and family, and it was so amazing. And you were cleaning out his stuff recently, and I saw some of the stuff you were posting.
Yes.
The rejection letter for Annie, that it was nobody really cared about an orphan.
That it was ho hum, and nobody cares, and I was pretty solid. Well, the funny part is that it was.
Oh, you froze.
I froze?
You froze. You're back.
You're
now.
back.
You're back.
Okay. It was terrible rejection. It's the wine. I actually started at 9 a.m. No, I'm kidding. The rejection letter was from the Nederlanders, actually, who in turn, I guess, reversed their course of action and then ended up producing the show, and it kind of saved the organization. No joke.
Yes, it did.
But they really, some reader just passed on it. It was some reader named JD. I don't know who JD was, but they passed on it. So he always, my father was an incredible collector, but not a hoarder where it wasn't organized. Everything was in such impeccable order that it was just really, easy to find things, but he kept the most important things. So the rejection, the funny parts, now, I mean, I'm sure it was heartbreaking at the time, but the funny rejection letter, the ticket to the opening night performance, which cost $11.50. It's just like crazy stuff. Yeah. And
go ahead.
The other thing that I found, which was so great, was this script, and it smells like him. He had a very distinctive smell. It was like denim Lucky Strike cigarettes in the 70s and Chanel number 19.
Okay.
I will never forget it. And you could always hear him when he was coming because he used to wear all of these pendants. Tons and I got 2 of his when he passed. But this script was 1973. Okay, so Annie was on Broadway 1977. And when did you do?
79.
79. Okay. So your name originally was Becky.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Right? Pepper was Becky?
Becky.
Yes. And I want to read the description because it just shows you where we were in 1973 because it's mean as shit. So it says, the mean, ugly one. And this is written by 3 guys who had daughters. So if he were here right now, I'd slap him in the face. But in a way that we can laugh at her. Okay. A bespeckled, freckle-faced brat of 14. So they already didn't know. At 1973, they knew that they had to cast younger because at 14, she would have been too big for the part. Jealous of Annie and a great one for sour grapes. Vain and not very bright. Nice.
Oh,
and then
part.
with Becky, Amy, Lori, and Mary Jane.
Wow. That's easy.
Yeah, Danielle Brisbois told me that she had a choice between the name Mary Jane and Molly. and so she chose the right one, right?
Oh, really?
Yep.
That,
So
that
anyway, so so most of this I have to say kept pretty close, but there are a lot of characters that were cut out and scenes, but musically, the only thing that was different in the first act, because only the first act's in here. The third act is just summaries on like single pages. I'll send you the pictures; they're hilarious.
oh yeah.
But the only number that was cut two numbers that were cut. One that you got in the Annie movie, which is We Got Annie. So that was before Hooverville wasn't even written.
Really?
So We Got Annie was in a beanery in Manhattan, and she'd been adopted by this couple. And and I actually saw this at Goodspeed. And the couple had all of these patrons in the place and loved Annie, whatever. And so they sang this big number called We Got Annie, which ended up in the movie.
I did not know that. I had no idea that was a song that was going to be in the original and then didn't.
Yes.
And then wound up
So
in the
then
movie.
they cut that, and then they wrote Hooverville. Because Hooverville is a very important number because it just shows you where you are in the time. Because all the songs were strung together to give to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they cut Hooverville every now and then for certain performances, it's very disturbing. Anyway, the other number that they cut, Something Was Missing, was in the first act.
Oh.
Okay. And then they cut that, and then they moved it to the second act, which made sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But honestly, pretty much with the exception of some character names, it was exactly the same thing. Oh, and NYC was not in there, and New Deal for Christmas was not in there, but everything else was there.
Love New Deal. I love New Deal for Christmas.
Right?
Yeah, I did. I love that one. And I loved NYC.
Me too.
I get why they did some of the things they did in the movie because it's a movie.
Right.
But
wouldn't NYC have been great?
Oh, it would have been great. And also, I hate that it wasn't Christmas.
Right.
I just feel like that was a loss.
Well, let me ask you something. When you were there, standing there, looking at what was going on, did you ever at once, because I know that the machine, my father's patients and how it was all put together, and it ran like a really tight show, pretty much. Did you ever feel like you wanted to just kind of say, it might be better if you do this?
All the time. I remember reading the end and looking for like the other pages because I'm like, all right, so they're going to get to Christmas, right? And they never did. And I would tell anybody who would listen, it's supposed to be Christmas, right? It's supposed to be Christmas. And actually, I told Carol Burnett about the whistle because they didn't have her with a whistle. They had her with like a knuckle wrapper.
Right.
I told her what Miss Hannigan did in the play, how she'd blow the whistle and then hold her head because she was always hungover. She thought that was brilliant. Right. And next thing I know, she's got a whistle.
Right. But she did that based on you telling her that.
Yeah. So that was pretty exciting for me, that Carol Burnett did that.
Were you intimidated where you didn't want to say? Could you just say it because you were so young? Were you just like, hey, this is what?
Said it.
You said it.
I just said it. We're talking about Roseanne here. I mean, come on.
I said it.
The title character. You can't just, right?
Yeah, it's I think you may have heard me say this. If you haven't, I say it all the time. Annie is the gift that keeps on giving. I still get messages on Messenger or letters, or I've received letters, fan letters at my school where I work because it says where I work and they look it up and they send letters to my school. I mean, like just amazing, wonderful things, have come to my life because of it. So, I'll forever be grateful for that experience and for being able to be a part of it because I was obsessed. Yeah,
I think we were all kind of obsessed in a magical way and didn't understand exactly what the obsession was. But, you know, it's as if like anybody who was affiliated with any type of any first run, second run, third run, fourth to the end production, you kind of wanted to touch them because there was some kind of this magnetic thing. And I think that's what kept my dad with it for so long too, because, you know, I mean, it was just incredible, you know.
Was Martin as obsessed with it? And was that his favorite? Was that his favorite work of all time? I mean, he did a lot of stuff.
I think that it was the one that had the most heart for him. He had different, you know, he worked with Richard Rodgers twice. So in many ways, as a young lyricist, there's something about that, you know, somebody that he grew up listening to that I think, you know, on one end was something that was just out of his, you know, you would never think in a million years coming from New York, going to, you know, music and art, whatever, you'd be working with your icon.
Yeah.
The legend. And so he had like, you know, and he worked with Harold Arlen, who wrote. So he had these great things, but as a property, I think his heart was the fullest with Annie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I would, I mean, I don't know, but I would think he was always beaming, you know, with the shows. And did that,
you know, and there were moments when he would feel down about something and I would just look at him, kind of slap him in the face a little bit. Does it occur to you ever that you've written a song that, you know, in the top 10, top 5 songs in the world,
yes,
everybody knows? I said, that is pretty extraordinary. So snap out of it.
Everybody knows.
Everybody
knows.
It's
not even, and if you don't know it, then I am suspicious of you. Where have you been? I don't know what she's doing. She's got a bug in her wine.
What happened?
She's got the glasses in her wine. She's trying to get.
You have your glasses in the wine.
Go in the house and fix that.
Hey, be nice to your mother.
So, Sasha, did you feel? I'm continuing on with the interview. Did you feel pressure as a child to be an actress and to get into? Because you were in. And we stalked it, and I think I know which one you were.
Did you watch?
I did.
What was I here?
Love is a Battlefield.
Yes.
I had. Do you appear somewhere at the 205 mark?
Probably, right. 205.1 or something.
Yeah. Were you wearing a flowery dress?
I was a knocked up hooker. It was like, you know, in my life, you know, I've had twins and I've done all these amazing things. But when I tell people that I was in that video, that's much more impressive than anything else I've ever done.
Everybody loves that. Everybody was an MTV kid. Everybody knew that video and just saw it.
Oh my God.
It was on the rotation like 3 times an hour at MTV. So you knew it.
Yes.
You knew that I'd be talking to a knocked up hooker right now.
And now, did you know that Pat Benatar and I grew up and went to school in the same town, Lindenhurst, New York?
I did not.
Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
So you know 2 Lindy girls.
Lindy
Take
girls.
that.
Is she in the Lindenhurst Hall of Fame?
No. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But did you feel pressure to try to get into acting and entertainment end of it?
No. It was so different, you know. I was so, you know, well, first of all, it's become a lot easier for me in my life moving on now that I just tell everybody that I was an Annie, because to explain why I wasn't or whatever. I mean, he made me audition for everything. So, and I did audition initially, and it was the summer where I could have gone to camp or I could have been an Annie. Now, I have to say that if you're ever given, you know, like that type of situation, put the kid in Annie, because forget the camp. Forget the camp.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, my parents were both in West Side Story in the original company. And so I grew up in it, right? And I never knew anything different. So it just made it more challenging for me when I decided to go into show business to, to just start doing it. And I enjoyed it, but the same time when I auditioned for Annie, I also met my father's new wife, or about to be new wife, and she worked at Vogue. And when I went to visit her and saw the Vogue closet, that was it. It was like, I'm not that invested in show business, which you can't be that way. You either have to be in it to win it or get out.
Right.
And I really wanted to be in fashion. So, but no, it was really fun. It was fun to have this success and to just, kind of whip out and say it. And then I had to prove myself and, do my thing. And I loved it. I never felt the pressure.
Well, that's
my parents were not, like my father never went to one audition that I ever went on, ever. I mean, I went to audition for him, but he never came with me. No, she didn't either. So, it was great. And it was, happens to you. It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
You're either, as I said, you're like really in it or you're not. And I was half and half, and you can't be that way. Can't be practical.
It was very different back then when we were younger.
Yeah.
There wasn't this instant, you get a show and
right
all over social media, and
there was no computers.
No. I mean, I don't even have a video of the Third National Tour.
Wow. I bet you call one of your orphan friends in the company, somebody's mother's uncle made a video.
Yes, I think camera. You're right. And it's not being shared. So I don't know why, but I wish it was. So then we're going to talk about your social media, because that's another full-time job for you. You are all over social media, and you're so good at it.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second.
Hold on.
Because I got some stats. 21.2 thousand followers.
On Twitter.
I mean, listen.
I think I have 10.
You have 2 viewers right now. But that's a lot. Instagram over 18,000, Sasha.
Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't hear you.
And put a post up. Do you have to do it every day? Do you take a break? How do you
You know what? I don't follow the rules that most people. I do it professionally. Keep myself active. Like active in my area. But I probably do it too much. I'm sure a lot of people who know the rules about all of that stuff would tell me you post too much, you do this too much, you repost too much, whatever. I just do whatever I feel. And like the Twitter one was when I was working at Us Weekly, and I would be on, the red carpet, tweeting like crazy, and before Instagram, so nobody knew anything. And, working with Us Weekly, you kind of knew everything. So we would be the reporters on all style information or whatever. So I built that. And then when I got laid off from Us Weekly, I was thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I have to keep relevant. And that's why you have like 33,000 posts or whatever it is, because they remind you.
Yeah. And that was your Who Wore It Best was my favorite.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I always would go to it and be like, okay, who wore it best?
Who wore it best?
And I usually agreed with you. Very.
It was really fun. That was really fun.
But you did that for how long were you at Us Weekly?
10 years I was at Us Weekly, which is like 4,000 years.
Yeah, that's a long time, because you've had a lot of different. I need to know the story behind the Carolina Herrera biscuit catastrophe.
Yeah, this is a good one. I read this.
Okay. In a nutshell, I was an assistant at Vanity Fair. So like I left my show business life and I went to Vanity Fair, and I was the second to this woman who was my devil. and she wore YSL. And we got along, but we got along later. But as a boss, she was awful. And she treated me like crap. And which is the best thing that could happen to you. Because if it's your first job, then you know moving forward how to act like a person when you know how to train people, how to talk to people, how to speak.
She froze.
Did I freeze again?
Yeah, but you're back.
You're back.
Okay. I was 21. I was overly ambitious. I was really crazy. And we were everybody's story about their downfall is the same, right? I had a fever, which I did. And I was delivering Christmas presents to designers from this woman. And so we got in a car, and one of the presents were dog biscuits for Carolina Herrera's dogs. So I guess what happened was, I kind of understand it now, but I wouldn't have lost my head. There was a little chip on the biscuit. I don't even know if I did it.
Was it a major chip? Was it like broken or just like something that?
It was enough to ruin the gift a little. Carolina Herrera wouldn't give a shit. She's
right.
She's very cool and whatever. So this one lost her head, and I would nail it to say that that's how I got fired from Vanity Fair.
Oh my God! Over a dog biscuit. Over a dog biscuit.
But that's what kind of crazy shit happens in fashion. You know, it's like the biggest drama in the world where she broke a dog biscuit that was going to Carolina Herrera's dogs. But to have a story like that is genius, you know, moving forward in your life.
It's great to have that story.
You did say that everybody in that industry is very over dramatic. I read somewhere it's so much drama. Is it?
That's why it was perfect for me, because
I was going to say, you're not a drama person, though.
What's that?
You don't strike me as a drama person.
I'm pretty dramatic.
Well, she was 21, right? So at 21, you think you kind of know, like you're invincible, you know everything. So there's probably drama involved.
My delivery on things is probably a little bit more theatrical than, you know. But wait, I want to clarify. There's mean drama and then there's funny drama.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm really more the funny drama person. I'm not the mean person.
Right.
But there's a lot of meanies in fashion. So, you know, so that pretty much nails that part of it. Yeah.
Would you say then that The Devil Wears Prada was a pretty accurate depiction of
No, it's worse.
It's worse.
Well, you know, it's funny because, you know, Meryl Streep said that her inspiration for her character of Miranda Priestley was based on working with Mike Nichols. You know, Mike Nichols produced Annie.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually knew who she was talking about. You know, usually I don't understand who anybody's talking about because I don't know who they are. But when I heard that, I thought, oh, okay. Well, Mike was so cool, you know, very funny, just cool. And that's how she actually portrayed it. No, it's worse. Because, you know, we were talking about the drama. They're mean. They're mean. And they're, you know, they're not on their meds, or they need their meds, or they need a drink, or they, you know, or it is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of whatever. And then, you know, Monday, it's a whole other drama.
Right.
So you wanted to ask her though about now, because I was wondering how fashion's changed since you started, but then you had a great follow up with young kids today.
Well, yeah. You know, going back to the social media thing. So there's now fashion influencers, right?
Yes.
So these kids go online. They're either on YouTube or Instagram. And the next thing you know it, or Snapchat, right? And they have like 15 million followers, and then they're like bloggers. And like, how has that changed, you know, from the traditional to, you know, to now you've gone
has
to
it
social
impacted
media.
it? Like, does it impact what you do?
Right.
It changed everything. It changed absolutely everything. It also ended the magazine business.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of us who are still in it, because I am at CBS Watch magazine, thank God, you know, there are very few, unless you're at a niche publication. The magazine industry went based on the fact that you have these influencers who are getting paid, who only care about themselves. But it's a very important evolution in just what happens. Everything has to change. And when it happened at first, it was very heartbreaking for all of us because we were basically told that we were put out to pasture. Right. And that everything that you've done doesn't matter because it didn't happen 2 seconds ago.
Right.
That was really hard for a lot of people to digest.
Yeah.
Because it's basically saying you're over the hill, you're a dinosaur, you're whatever. So now what you have to do, and that's why I started with the social media stuff, because I had to keep myself relevant in an area that was dying out. But there are many things that are wonderful about all of this new stuff, because if I buy a white sneaker, I can just put in the computer, white sneaker, street style, denim. And then 90 million pictures come up. Right. And then I have 90 million ideas about how to do that. A magazine is very specific. It's Louis Vuitton. This is how it was shown. That became kind of boring. I mean, honestly, nobody dresses like that. No. So it was very important for it to evolve, but it's also sad in the jobs and got rid of the entire business and da-da. But the flip side of it is that now that everything's just kind of all over the place, a lot of people like myself become important for structure, because the new group doesn't have any structure. They have no training. They think they're experts. It doesn't matter. They have no sense of preference, blah, blah. So then you bring an old person in, and then all of those things can kind of either live on your own platform or to work for somebody else. There's room for everybody. The problem is there are a lot of big mouths that say that they make a lot of money about it, a lot of money. And when we were in magazines, we never said a thing. You didn't know who we were. We just kind of did this job, and we got a great handbag every once in a while.
Right. And I think now these influencers get so locked into the likes, the comments. They get instant feedback right away.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's different than a magazine. Like, when did you see?
Never.
And
Never.
Right? So
no idea if it landed, if anybody cared or anybody read it, honestly.
So it was kind of based upon advertising dollars, right? So if you had that magazine, the more advertisers, the more popular that magazine. I guess that's how they gauged it then. And now it's all about how many likes you're getting,
how many likes, how many clicks.
But I will say I'm so grateful that I had what I had doing my magazine work, because there was, the images that everybody posts right now are so fast and then they're forgotten. But when you work with these incredible people and you're trained by incredible people and you can see something that's this incredible image that does become legendary, there's nothing better than that.
Right.
This group, they don't care, whatever. It's different. But when you have that, makes you feel great. But there's so much that goes into that that you really can't do anymore because it's too expensive.
Right.
So anybody who complains about doing social media posts, I always laugh, because I just say, you really don't understand.
You have no clue.
No clue.
None.
That means that my number 6 question is print fashion magazines dead? That's a yes. Got it.
For now, yes.
So what's different about what you do now at CBS Watch Magazine? Yeah. What is that about now?
Well, luckily, it's a lot of, it's working with CBS celebrities from the network, and, adding a component of fashion and style and just pretty things to look at and how to shop. So we do an online version, and then we also do it print. And it's great. And it's, thank God. But it goes to a lot of subscribers, but it's also available at newsstands. But, everything with news, everything has changed. Everything in the world has changed. Right. So the hope is that when things get rolling again, that maybe certain things can come back in a different form. I mean, it couldn't exist the way that it did. So like in our case, we have to do digital and print. So that's like a new thing. But it's great because when you do it digitally, then if I editorialize an H&M kimono, you can push the thing or click the thing and then it'll go to H&M and then you can buy it.
Right.
A magazine can't do that, but the online magazine can. So that's I think that was great.
It used to be like, oh, I really like this. Mom, will you take me to the mall? No? Okay.
Right.
Can I do my yes and no questions?
Yes.
Is there anything else?
No, do your yes and no
All right,
questions.
so Sasha, these are just yes and no. So just whatever comes to your brain, like right away, you're just gonna answer.
Got it. But
Did you ever make someone pissed who wore it better and they contacted you about it?
Say it again because you froze.
Okay. Did you ever make someone so pissed on the who wore it best that they contacted you directly? We're gonna get back.
Do I need to tell you who?
You don't have to, but you could. It would be amazing.
Gail King.
Really?
Yeah. I have to go defend myself on her radio show. Okay.
I did not see that coming.
No, but
I got it a lot. I got it from designers and I got it from one or two celebrities. So yeah.
I love that they read it and they're like, "Are you
kidding me?
Shitting me?"
I would be happy even if she hated what I was wearing. I'd be like, all right, she noticed.
Absolutely. But,
do you wear designer clothes every day?
I try. Yes.
Do you dress and shop for your husband?
Yes.
Your boys?
Yes.
Oh, boys, yeah.
Do you criticize passerbys' outfits all the time when you pass them on the street? Like,
no, I just look at. No, I look at them and I say, I know where in my mind, I never say this to anybody, but I say, I know where you got that and I know who wore it or before you.
That I love.
Crazy.
All right, so you already answered the print media. Was Roseanne the best Annie ever? What?
Oh, she froze.
You froze.
I thought she didn't want to answer. She's just frozen. I got nervous for a minute. She's so frozen.
Yeah.
There. Say it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
Well, I love, just really quickly, I loved her toughness. Okay.
This is the Pepper in you, or the Becky.
Or the Becky. I don't know who I am anymore.
Who are you? Becky.
True said she was the best Annie he ever.
Am I frozen?
No, you're fine.
No, Judy's
talking from the pit. Just a minute.
Garrison
True said she was the best Annie ever saw. So they.
Go.
That's not.
You did great.
What are you talking
That's
about?
nice.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
And my last one: are you ever going to do another music video? I stepped on you there.
Sorry, go ahead.
The last one: we're going to be another music video.
No.
So, speaking of the boys, how are the boys? How is college? How are you adjusting?
Yeah, that's a whole job.
We are great. We miss them, but they were here for 6 months, and which was in many ways a blessing, but they also really wanted to go. So luckily, one's at Tulane and one's at extremely aggressive with their COVID testing.
Yep.
So far, so good. We hope that they can make it. So they've already been there a month. So that's great. We hope that they can make it another month and then another month. And then they come home near Thanksgiving. And then they're not there for December. And then they go back in January. We just hope that they're smart enough, having, gone through it in Manhattan and seen how crazy it was, to wear their masks, to be, not to give anybody shit, because it is what it is. And I used to use that expression. Now he uses it and I'm really pissed. But they really know what they're doing. And we just hope, and we speak, as I said, we speak to them every day, and we just hope that, It's hard, but it's good. And I gained a closet. This is Oliver's room.
Oh, wow. He's only gone a month and he doesn't even have a room now?
When he comes back, I can move it around. But
Now, come on. Isn't there a tiny, tiny little part of you that's like, oh, this is
I know what you're doing,
glorious?
yeah.
no, you know, we're such a tight unit, the four of us, that we really miss them. And we were so close, and it was cute, and we just had a really good time together. So, but we're so happy for them. I just wish that they would have had the first year in circumstances that weren't this.
That they're not experiencing
definitely.
this, yeah, for sure.
Definitely. I
That
just
kinda
had a
sucks.
beetle land on my neck. I always say, you know, because I know some people who get very, very weepy and they miss their kids. And I miss my children when they were young a little bit.
Yeah.
The goal is that you want to raise these people who are going to go out in the world and be able to survive.
Absolutely, 100%.
And so I was like you, I was so proud of them and so excited to see what they were going to do, as opposed to, oh, I wish they were here. Like, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't. I mean, if that's how parents are, I mean, when I came home from Tulane, I was on like the sad plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like Sad Express. I mean, all these parents were so devastated. But I get it. I mean, I'm not going to say to anybody, don't feel the way that you feel, you know.
Right.
But for us personally, we just miss them because we just enjoy. We just can't believe how fast it went. You know, we just can't believe it went by that quickly.
They
Yeah.
do. You blink.
Time flies, and the good thing now is you can FaceTime anytime. It's way different than you went away, anything like that.
That's a great thing, you know. So
Sometimes they FaceTime you a lot. My daughter's been in college for like 3 days, and she's FaceTimed me half a dozen times already.
Yeah.
It's good that you have that relationship with your daughter, that she calls you, asks you
questions.
Oh,
I love how you're keeping connected with like everyone or knowing where they all are.
Yes, that makes it. You know, I can check and make sure that they're home and they're safe. And
maybe they should go on the 360 thing that Judy.
I keep trying to get them on it, and they're like, "You can already track us. You don't need to track us
I don't
more."
want any more of that.
I know Judy wanted to share a story.
Yeah,
Well,
so
Come over here and
I
share.
thought maybe it should be a closing story because it's very poignant.
Okay, so we'll close with it. So maybe we should. Pepper gets peppered.
Pepper gets peppered. All right, Sasha. These are the questions that I ask Pepper. I pepper Pepper, and then sometimes she gets them right. Most times she gets them wrong. But I think you're gonna do well in this one.
You think? I don't know.
So
you say that every week.
This is now you're gonna play along too, but I don't know if you just want her to guess like right along and say, or you're just gonna nod your head like I know this one, and then give her a chance. You can play too, Judy. All right, so this week's is influential fashionista icons.
Oh, I'm gonna completely bomb this, but go ahead.
I don't know if you're gonna. Sasha's gonna get them all.
She'll get them all.
Okay, so you're gonna name the fashionista that made these trends famous.
I'm already laughing.
Oh God!
Because I had to do research.
I know one of the questions.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead, just go ahead.
Stop it! You're being silly.
Okay.
Name the fashionista that made the little black dress famous.
Audrey Hepburn.
There you go. You know, right? All right, so here's the bonus. Name the movie.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Name the designer.
Who? Shh. I don't know it.
She knows it. She
I
got
don't
it
know
right.
it. She got it. What is it? Say it out loud.
Givenchy.
Correct.
Oh, is that how you say that?
I was gonna say Da Vinci.
I was going to say Givenchy. Okay.
All right, that was good. You guys did good. You did good.
I did good. I did. It's a rough one. Sweating.
That was excellent.
Icon who is known as the Queen of Diamonds.
Liz Taylor.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
I had the perfume.
Bonus. How many times did Liz get married?
8.
Wow.
You're on
fire.
I'm trying to catch up to her. That's why.
That's awesome.
I'm on 2. I did 2.
This fashionista style was best described as classic, sophisticated, and feminine. She's known as the preppy princess.
I know this. Do you know this, Sasha?
I probably do, but I'm drawing a blank. The preppy princess.
I'm going to say Diane Keaton.
No.
No.
Oh, Diane Keaton's Instagram is so great. I don't know. The preppy princess. I don't have it.
The company her maid named a bag after her.
The Birkin? No.
No.
Hermes? What?
Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly. Oh, see, I'm.
All you guys.
Wow.
Well, you threw us off with preppy.
Yeah.
I did some research and this is what it said.
Well, I have to. All right, I'll say it later.
No,
you
say
just
it now.
say it. Yeah, you disagree?
No, it's interesting. I never would have called her the preppy princess.
Yeah, that was in what magazine?
I really should have gotten Princess. I didn't listen.
Yeah.
Princess. I tried
The
to.
princess,
Roll.
yeah, of course, but preppy. Okay.
Kate Middleton is a preppy princess. I would
Yes.
guess you would say that. You could guess.
I'd say the most glamorous.
Yes.
Royal family.
The Royals.
Royal.
Please.
But she was a real fashion icon in her time.
Yes,
right?
she was. Oh, yeah. She was it.
Yeah. Who are you?
He's in touch with his
He
feminine
really
side.
is. By the way,
What?
Sasha, did you ever do anything on the royal family? Because I really want to know what the hell that queen is carrying around in that black doctor bag.
Oh, in the purse? No, but I know. I don't think she's carrying much because she's so little and she doesn't see. Her balance is pretty good, so I don't know what she's got in there. Probably like a vacuum or something. God bless her.
Lozenge. I don't know. A lozenge in case she gets a little dry. I don't know.
Probably got like a little.
Maybe.
Yes, got a little traveler.
A little flash.
And it's probably hand sanitizer now. I don't know.
Right, yes.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
They probably don't let her.
No, they probably don't let her near anyone.
That's
She's
right.
not even going to Buckingham Palace anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, no, she's like, I'm not gonna get.
Yeah, she's not. Why risk it? There's no reason to risk it.
Yeah.
God, I'm getting dive bombed by
I know
bugs
the
out
bugs
here.
are crazy right
All right, go
now.
ahead.
Simple chic is how this fashionista trendsetter was described. Known for simple chic fashion sense, she often wore colorful dresses, elbow-length white gloves, and pillbox hats. You know?
I can't say it.
You know it.
You know it. I don't know it. They said it. I know already.
Oh, you know?
Go ahead,
All
say
right.
it.
Was it Jackie Kennedy?
That's correct.
Yes.
Pillbox was the
Yeah.
Who designed the pillbox hats?
Halston.
That's correct.
Who?
Halston.
Oh,
And then what designer was known as her Secretary of Style?
Who was the Secretary of Style?
Style. She went to this guy all the time. He designed all her stuff.
Oleg Cassini?
That is correct.
ooh.
What is going on?
Wow.
That's pretty
You
good.
are really.
See, that's the difference between. That's what I was talking about. Like, we can reference things when you're a little older. When
Right.
you're younger, you don't care. It's not in my time.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't even know.
Oh,
It is.
starting
It's
to rain.
starting to rain.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
This fashion icon has come a long way since she burst on the scene in her schoolgirl outfit. From denim dresses to glamorous red carpet gowns, she can be seen currently on Instagram modeling her crop tops and super low-rise shorts.
She's
Britney Spears.
yes.
It's Britney, bitch.
Britney, bitch.
So, Sasha, I gotta ask you,
Oh,
like when
God.
Britney, do you follow Britney on Instagram at all?
Yes. I gotta tell you, having worked at Us Weekly, I'm a little worried. I'm not just.
Oh, I'm a lot worried.
Oh, I'm a lot worried.
Yeah. And I think that they're going to use this social media account that she has against her because it's a little crazy. And I just, I don't even, we saw it once before, and I just hope that everything works out with that whole situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love her.
Really, the dancing that she does is like, I don't, the outfits, it's cute. She's showing the shirts or whatever, but when she's doing the dancing, it's almost like,
Bizarro.
yeah.
You can see it in her eyes. It's sad. Yeah. So
I mean,
hopefully.
She came on, she left, she came on, went on for a minute and a half. Judy, come on.
Judy, come on, Judy.
Get in there, Judy.
Judy has a
Well-
poignant story to round out the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. I First of all, let me just say that when I took her to see Annie, we were way up in the balcony, and she leaned over, and I swear to you, she said to me, "Mom, I'm going to be on that stage someday." And I looked at her and I said, "I believe you will, Ro." And well, she did the run through on the Broadway stage.
Right.
But anyway, I go back many years, many years. My first Broadway show, I happened to win tickets in school for spelling bee or whatever. And
Right.
the tickets were to West Side Story.
Oh.
So I go, my mother took me, and we're sitting there, and it was my first show. And I was mesmerized. I mean, I loved singing, I loved music. And when I saw this, it just touched me. It was unbelievable. And I got the record, and I would lock myself in the room and sing. And it was life changing for me. And now you fast forward about what, 20, 30 years? No, about 25 years. Never realized I have the original record of
Right.
that story. I saw Carol Lawrence, Larry Kurt,
Right.
not Rita, Rachita Rivera. But anyway, I'm reading the credits and the names on the jacket of the record, and there was Martin Charnin. And I
Right.
remember seeing him with the glasses, the horn rim glasses,
Right.
and the hat. And it's so funny how fate really touches you, because I'm sitting there watching this show, watching this man, and he stuck out. I don't know if it was the glasses or what. And who would have ever thought the influence that he would have had on my life and my daughter's life? And
Aw.
never forget it. And I will always be eternally grateful, because
Oh,
he
I
made it
love
happen.
that.
He made it happen. So, and I just have one quick question. Somewhere
Sure.
along the way, there was a rumor that he always liked to pick girls to be Annie who had some sort of Anne in their name, like Andrea, Roseanne.
Maybe original,
Oh,
not because
totally was Luann. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So
Patricia Ann. Yeah. I don't think well, I think it worked out that way. I think that he said in his book that he always had great luck with Anns. So when he did Dames at Sea for TV, it was Anne Margaret, Ann Miller, and Mira.
right.
And then Andrea McArdle, and then Roseanne, and then Luann, and then Patricia Ann, and then yeah. So it just he meant it more that it was just great luck for him, I think. But I know that what he was looking for was just toughness and sweetness, and clearly someone who was not polished, and who had, polished in a sense that, I mean, he wasn't looking for an operatic young singer, or, he wanted somebody who just brought the spice to it. So that's why I think that's what he was looking for, more than, based on the name.
And my favorite story about your father is that I was learning some of the dances, and he just looks at me in the middle of rehearsal and he goes, "You're a terrible dancer." And I went, "Okay."
Well, she had
Oh my God.
she had no lessons.
And
I
then
didn't know.
the one other quick story is one of the girls in the chorus gave me black patent leather like character shoes with a little heel, and I was so excited in rehearsal to have them. And we were rehearsing the scene where Annie's coming down the stairs and leaving the next day with the the mudges, and I kept messing up the phrasing of part of the song.
Right.
He was getting very frustrated with me, and he said, "I think it's the shoes." He said, "If you don't get it right, I'm going to take those shoes away from you." And I'm like, I got it. And I come out and I start to sing. I screw it up. I stop. I look at him. I drop the suitcase and I go running into the room where all the mothers are, and I'm hysterical. And now he's got to walk in, and all these mothers are like, "Why are you making her cry?"
Oh.
And then we made up, and it was all good then. But those are two like very big standout moments that were very funny, and I'll never forget them. But
I want to tell you something funny we found. Do you remember getting notes from him with his handwriting? You see this?
Yes, I can see it a little bit. Yeah.
These are lyrics from, I think it's A Hard Knock Life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a very distinctive handwriting.
Yes. And me and my brother actually have that handwriting, which is pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, I miss him. I wish that I'm kind of glad that he isn't here for this pandemic.
Yeah.
But tell me about, like, what did he, because I want to know from you, even though it's your show. What was your audition process like, and how did he tell you when you knew that you had the part?
Oh my God, that was the single most amazing moment of my life. Maybe just like the top moment. I got the audition.
Your kids being born.
My kids being born was really great, but
just say that.
No, that was great. It was, but
this is why I'm here.
But I auditioned, and he was giving out scripts, and my mother told me, she was in the house saying, just give her a script, and he called my name, and they gave me a script, and they told me to, memorize the scene with the locket. Right. So I memorize it, and I think I had pigtails the first time, and he told me to wear my hair down.
No, right. Your hair was down.
My hair was down, and he told me to wear it up. I always do that up. So I do that. I come back. I sing. We go through the whole thing, and then I do the scene.
Right.
And I cried real tears, not forced tears. I just cried real tears. And he asked me to go wait backstage. And then he looked out and he went, "Are Roseanne's parents in the house?" And from all the way in the back of the theater, you hear my mother go, "Yes." "Can you meet us backstage?" So they come backstage, and now we're standing backstage, and I, a little bit thinking, did I do something wrong? Yeah. And the last girl went, and he told her thank you, and she left, and he took me to the little quick change room, and there was a empty Milk Duds candy pack on the floor, and he took my face in his hands, and he said, "Do you want to be my Annie?"
Oh.
And I said yes. And my mother said, "Can I have 24 hours?" Because she just couldn't believe, like, this was all happening. And I was like, forget it. I remember calling my aunt from a payphone and saying, "Aunt Joe, I got the part." And she just started screaming, with the phone. And I'll never, never, never forget that moment forever. Even if I get Alzheimer's, I'm going to remember that moment because.
Oh, right. You won't remember anything else, but
that'll be it.
I'll be like, "Who are you? You my kid? I don't know you, but can I tell you about the time I got the part, Nanny?" Yeah, remember But that was my experience, and it was pretty freaking amazing.
I love it.
That's a great story.
So that's it.
Woo.
Here we are.
That was it.
And now.
So what do you have coming up before we go? Anything special coming up, or?
Well, the good thing is that I'm continuing with my renovation of this closet, which for any person who wants a closet that's a bedroom is happy to know that that's happening.
Yeah.
That's happening. I do a live show. I sell stuff. I sell some of this stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, on Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
With Christo, right?
Yes.
So
that's a fun thing. And I'm just trying to relax and do nothing but connect with people like you. And, so I'm so grateful that this happened because I love that you're doing this. And I just love to be with people that I love. So that's basically what's happening.
Well, you're out there, and I love it. And your posts more often than not crack me up. You know,
Thank you.
you know, I love your sarcastic side, and just the point blank stuff that you put down. Sometimes it just makes me laugh, and I'm happy for your boys.
Thank you.
And I really just want to thank you so much for being on tonight.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah. We didn't even plug her book.
Oh, yes.
It's
Confessions
fine.
of a Shopaholic, right?
Yeah, it's called. It's actually called Secrets of Stylists.
Of a
Secrets of
stylist.
the Stylist. There's a billion stories in there that I was reading. I did a lot of research.
You did a lot of research.
Really cool. Well, maybe we can do part 2.
Yeah.
2 days. But there's some good stories in there for sure. I'm sure.
Love it. Maybe we do part 2, and I can get wherever you are. I don't even know where you are right now, but maybe we can do that because there are a lot of like Annie questions that I have, like Annie movie questions, because it was all a blur. You know, my dad was so not really connected to it, so
Out of it, which I didn't know until Billy told me that story.
Yeah.
yeah. So there are a lot of things that I want to ask you.
I would love that.
So there's going to be a part 2.
There's going to be a part 2.
I love it.
100%.
We can
100%.
do it in person. We should do like an in person.
We should. We
It's
should
all-
go into the city.
What?
We go
What?
into the city.
City.
Or we can bring her to the island. Yeah.
Everybody's leaving the city to come through.
Yeah, you come to the island.
Yeah.
We'll go in the wine cellar.
Right, maybe I should come out.
You should come to the wine
We'll
cellar.
go to the wine cellar.
Okay.
Michelle's like, shut up, Roseanne. His wife's over there like, shut up.
More than welcome. She is not. No, she's not. She
No,
lives
I'm
there.
just teasing. I'm teasing.
Love
But-
it.
Well, thank you so much. I
It was
appreciate
awesome.
it. And I would love to do part 2. That would make nothing would make me happier. That would be great.
I love it too. And Chris, your Banana Republic is actually working for you. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yes.
Nice.
You just made my night. Forget it. I can't wait for part 2.
All right. Thank you, Sasha.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sasha.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hello. You are a fashionista.
Oh, she likes to
The only difference is who wore it better is that I'm the only guy here in this room, so I win by
Well,
default.
yeah, but she didn't
It's
even
me
have
and
to.
Hank. He's wearing white. I'm wearing
She
white.
didn't even have to say that.
No, it was
She
awesome.
didn't. It was
Thank
nice
you,
that
Sasha.
she did.
I love that.
And I just,
stop buying her clothes.
yeah.
Well, if you don't think I'm going on Tuesday night, and I'm going to check out the
Check out the
Christoph
closet.
guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
And now I'm going to follow her on. Now she's getting more. You're getting more followers. Sorry.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Sasha Charnin Morrison. Follow her. She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's got so many funny stuff.
So
many
much funny
posts.
stuff.
Good stuff.
And I do want to just say hi. A lot of people tuned in, and some people left comments. And I want to say hi to Ellen Gale. Sasha, Ellen Gale said hello to us
Yeah.
while this was going on. And so, hello, Ellen. Hope you're well. She was my Molly.
Okay.
So, you know, the Annie ties are strong.
Big time strong.
And why?
Listen, I've met so many people just through this connection.
Yeah,
It's been amazing.
it is. It's pretty cool.
And what wonderful people, because I would never have met them, never had that conversation with
yeah.
Sasha. And I feel like we kind of know each other now that we had the Pepper Gets
And,
Peppered.
yeah, you bonded.
We did.
You definitely
Judy, you did good.
You
in
did
Pepper
great.
Gets Peppered, right? Did you know them?
Come see
I confused you tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty
I mean,
good.
you were good.
You were good.
I was not, but you were on fire with those questions. You really, it's starting to rain. So we're,
the way you worded it.
not that I'm going to melt,
Yeah.
but we're going to sign
Yeah, we
off.
gotta go. It's raining.
gotta
We're
go.
outside. Peace and love.
And we will see you next week. I'm going to double check on our guest. I think we do have,
What?
we have a guest.
I'm not reading a book, am I?
You're not reading a book, but I'm going
Oh
to,
my god.
I'll talk about it over the weekend. All right. So everybody, thank you and have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
You know,
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. Good night, everybody.
Good night. See you. We're off,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're off.
I think we're off.
We do this every week.
You think we know? Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
off.
definitely
We're off, definitely.
You were awesome.
No, I couldn't do it without you.
Oh,
stop.
You're
Come on,
unbelievable.
stop.
You're amazing.
Everybody loves
It's
you.
you. No,
Everybody
it's
loves
you. It's
you.
not me. It's you.
It's
Trust me.
Rowan, Chris.
Oh, listen.
I
Look
think
at
we're
me.
still on.
No, we're off. We gotta be off.